Um, Hello everybody, hello YouTube and whatnot. It's been a while since I've actually uploaded something. Though if you saw my video update, you would know that too. I explain it a little more. But to get right into it, this is part 2 of a series of MCU videos I've been doing. I've started doing. I drew them up in just to refresh. I drew them up around like May something. No, maybe like a month after Infinity War came out, and I'm just now getting around to actually making them, so I can make them as YouTube videos. Is my sort of reason for making this channel. I already did phase 1 back in like mid-December, so if you want to hear my thoughts on the original Avengers, you should watch that first, and maybe, yeah, because it's like a part 1, so maybe, but if you just want to hear like my thoughts on phase 2, here we go. This is it. For the uninformed or people who forgot, phase 1 refers to like all the Marvel movies from like Iron Man to Avengers. Like it was all leading up to Avengers, and phase 2 is the movies from after Avengers 1 to Ant-Man, and it consists of, I think, chronological order, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy came out right after Avengers. Then there's Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Thor the Dark World, Winter Soldier, which is the best of phase 2, Age of Ultron, and then it ended at Ant-Man. The original plan, actually, I'm pretty sure, was for Ant-Man to come out before Age of Ultron, and that because if you know the comics, you know that Hank Pym is actually the one that creates Ultron. That's sort of a big aspect of his character. Going after that, like the guilt from creating one of the Avengers' worst villains. They changed it to it was like a whole thing with like Edgar Wright, because he was originally going to direct it. He wanted to direct an Ant-Man movie for a while, and it was just like a lot of back and forth. I don't know. It's well documented. You can like look it up. Just like look up like Edgar Wright Ant-Man or whatever. It's like a whole thing. He just couldn't. I just don't think he's like a director that could work in the kind of setting Marvel has, where it's like you sort of have to, like, the producers are almost more in charge than the. I guess in comics, like comic book sense, it's like the editors are more in charge than the writers, or just like in keeping stuff straight. Though I think phase 2 might have. I think, because that sort of happened with Joss Whedon too. A lot of the issues that happened with Age of Ultron happened because of studio interference, but it was probably mostly because of Ike Perlmutter, not so much Kevin Feige. It's like that's a whole thing too, where like, I mean, if you want to know why, when we get to TV shows, I'll probably talk about it a bit more. But if you want to know why the TV shows seem to not have as big a connection with the MCU, is because like right now the TV shows are still in control of Marvel Entertainment, Ike Perlmutter, whereas MCU just the movies just operating their own thing. And I think the loss of Joss Whedon and the kind of craziness that happened with Ant-Man and Edgar Wright that's like part of the reason why Kevin Feige finally said, you know what, goodbye Ike, you crazy bat, and just decided, like, you know, like he just asked Disney, like, can I just report to you from now on, like to you, and they're like, yeah, sure, that guy's a weirdo anyways. And like that's it. Like, and that's why phase 3 ended up so good. You know, phase 2 has a lot of goofs in it, a lot of goofs and gaffes, and it's probably because of he's like an easy guy to target, but like it really is, like, it just feels like a lot. Like if you really look into like everything, it feels like a lot of Marvel's problems stem from Ike Perlmutter just not understanding shit and not being a good CEO. Why they don't just like fire him and put like someone like Joe Quesada in charge? He's gotta have some dirt, you know. But okay, so that's enough with the bad. So, what do I think of phase 2? Oh yeah. Oh, also, I guess just to rephrase, this has way more characters than the last one. The last one was really just the main Avengers plus Nick Fury, whereas this one has I put Vision in front because I felt like he was like in the same way. Okay, so like Nick Fury was like the one in the front because he was the one that organized the Avengers. I feel like Vision, of all the character, like, well, I would say when it comes to like at least in terms of like story stuff, Vision is probably one of the most important character to appear in Phase 2. You know, because he's a big part of Tony Stark's character arc. He has the Mind Stone in him. I mean, other than him, it's probably like because like this is a bunch of important. It's hard to pick who's the most important character when there's so many of them. But I would say it's like probably Vision, because of, you know, the Mind Stone and stuff like that. Scarlet Witch because of her powers and as well as also being birthed from the stone. Winter Soldier because of how he affects, you know, Civil War later on. And that's probably the Guardians too. I don't know. Okay. Also, so just to rephrase a couple. I keep saying rephrase. Why do I keep saying that? What the? So, oh wait, actually, before I say something, I just want to like, okay, so you're not gonna see it because I'm hopefully edited out, but like, when I was in the middle of like recording the inking, my computer just blacked out, like my little Surface Pro just blacked out, or at least the screen blacked out, and I freaked out because I was in the middle of recording, like, oh my god, because like that's always my biggest fear, is that it will stop recording or something will go wrong, because if it does, I have to redraw it. You know, I have to redo what I just did, like that wasn't recorded. So I gotta ink everything again, which sometimes it could be a good thing, because sometimes I think like, oh, I really fucked up on the inking, but I can't go back now. But other times it's like I'll get something really good and I don't want to do it again. I'll be like, oh my god, no. So I thought that was gonna be the first time in these YouTube videos I had to do that, but no, it just, like, the screen just blacked out. I have no idea why. I think maybe it was just being overused. Like, maybe I need to stop for a bit. I don't know. It freaked me out, and I was like, are you kidding me? Because that's never happened. I mean, I've had Photoshop crash before. I think even in one video, I don't remember, but whatever. I mean, I've had Photoshop crash a couple times. I've had it slow down a shit ton, you know. But I've never had the screen just black out. You know, so that was like, what? Wow, I'm already coming up on the colors, apparently. Jeez. Okay, I should probably talk about the actual freaking movies. So just a couple, but, okay, wait, just a few characters. So, one, okay, technically, War Machine and Myra Hill are not Phase 2 characters. They're Phase 1 characters, because War Machine appeared in Iron Man 2, and Myra Hill appeared in Avengers. Before everyone gets up in my butt, I have a reason why I put them in here. It's because, well, one is because I didn't really want to put them in Phase 1, because I wanted that to just be the Avengers plus Nick Fury. I feel like adding those two characters, because, like, you know, I mean, War Machine doesn't even doesn't even appear in Avengers 1. I'm calling up colors now. And Myra Hill, she has some stuff to do, but, like, not a crazy amount. I don't know, it just felt, it wouldn't, the composition, I think, would have been, like, muddied if I put those two characters in. But I do have, okay, it is some reason for them to be here. One, War Machine got recast between the phases. 'Cause I forget who played him in Iron Man 2, but he got recast as Don Cheadle in 3, and there's a pretty funny but also pretty racist reason for that happening, or at least, like, sort of involving Ike Perlmutter. Again, like, you could just look it up. He's a complete wiener schnitzel. It's like, again, why is he still there? What the hell? Like, everything, he manages to do everything incorrectly. That's the annoying thing. Okay, but anyway, yeah, so he got switched. So technically, the War Machine we know and love is appeared in Phase 2. So it makes some sense, you know? See, a sort of different character in Iron Man 2, and it wasn't really the War Machine we, like, know from, like later on with, like, Civil War and Infinity War and stuff like that. And so it makes sense for him to be here. And for Myra Hill, she has way more to do in Winter Soldier. Like, that's really where her character fleshed out. So they kind of make sense to be here. don't stupid computer. As for the Guardians, I put Groot, Rocket, and Drax here. The thing is, if I were to put the entire Guardians, oh my god, that would just create so much composition problems, and it would be so overstuffed. Like, oh my god, guys. So, I'll get to my reasoning why Star-Lord, Gamora, and Nebula too are gonna appear in my Phase 3 picture, and I'll explain why. So, well, I'm already like almost done. I haven't talked about the movies. I was just talking about the reasons why I did what I did. Also, Quicksilver's there. R.I.P. Gone too soon. He might appear in He might appear in Endgame. I heard people like that was one of the theories. Is that like we might, because of messing with reality and stuff, we might actually see him. But anyway, clearly Winter Soldier. I mean, it's not even, you can't. Winter Soldier is the best movie from Phase 2. It's like you can't even argue about that. Actually, you know what's funny is that because I put War Machine here, I guess sort of unintentionally had a representation for Iron Man 3 in this picture, so that's good. But I have no character to represent Thor: The Dark World. But the thing is that, one, I never actually saw Thor: The Dark. The only MCU movies I have not seen is Iron Man 2 and the first 2 Thor movies, because I was like, I mean, nowadays it's like I have to see every Marvel movie. But I know, like when during Phase 1, I was kind of like, whatever, like, maybe. But now it's like, I gotta see it. So, whoops, I guess rip Thor. There wasn't even a character that appeared in Dark World, unless you want to count Lady Sif, but she hasn't appeared since. So, Thor: Dark World is considered like the worst MCU movie anyway. It's not like, I mean, it's not god awful, but it's just like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is that, like, like Winter Soldier is a marked improvement from the first movie. Though I still like the first movie. And actually, I think Winter Soldier kind of makes the first movie better, actually, because what I said, how I felt about it when I talked about Phase 1, how it's supposed to be kind of corny, and it's like the good guys and the bad guys are obvious. Like, it's just like a World War II era movie serial. But then you get to Winter Soldier, and now it's like you're smacked into the modern age, the real world, whatever. It's like the villains and the heroes not so obvious. The villains have infiltrated, S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that. But even S.H.I.E.L.D. is not very, good on itself. And it's like, I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. It makes the first movie even better when you watch them back to back, because it makes Winter Soldier's, like, what Winter Soldier's trying to say even better, which to me is like the mark of a good trilogy and a sequel, because that's actually the whole thing, is that you can Captain America trilogy, the Captain America trilogy, to me is like not only like one of the best achievements of the MCU, but it's like it might even be like, well, one, it's my favorite superhero trilogy, but also it's like it's my second favorite trilogy ever. My first favorite is Back to the Future, because I just think it's like works so well as one whole story. I should do a Back to the Future picture at some point. But yeah, it's like, but like even that, like Back to the Future, I kind of go back and forth on which one I like more. Cause sometimes I think overall I like the first one the best, but sometimes it's like I like time travel of 2, and I like the Doc story in 3. But it's like Captain America just kept getting better and better, Winter Soldier was better than the first Avenger. Civil War is better than Winter Soldier, at least in my opinion. But it's like you watch like all 3 of them, like it's so great to watch them, back to back, because like you get like a whole story, you get like the whole character arcs. And Iron Man 3 was better than 2. In some places it's better than the first one, but in some places it isn't. I think one reason why it was better than 2, though, was because Tony Stark finally felt like he was growing as a character. He didn't feel like he grew that much in 2, but that actually maybe ended up being somewhat good, because he didn't stop being a douche. he never really he still hasn't really gone over that, even though he's like gotten way better as a person. But it felt like Thor was really like doing something with his character. And that's a problem with Thor: The Dark World. It just doesn't feel like it's doing much with Thor's character. But then like you get to Ragnarok, and I'll talk about Ragnarok in the Phase 3 picture, but that's when like his character finally feels like it's going somewhere. It's funny because I haven't watched these movies in a while. The only two I've watched like from Phase 2, the only movies I've watched like in recent memory is Ant-Man and Winter Soldier. So it's like I can't remember what the characters did. I can remember the vague like the basics of Age of Ultron, but I can't remember if Thor had much character development in Age of Ultron. I think that was more for Tony and Steve. You know, their back and forth is kind of like the heart of the MCU. But Ant-Man though. See, okay, Ant-Man. I don't know. I hear people go back. Like people say it's like kind of like the lesser Marvel movies. Like it always feels like it's small stuff and it's not as important. I don't know. I kind of like. I mean, I like the first Ant-Man. I liked what Ant-Man the Wasp too, though. I think it did feel kind of. It was funny, but I don't think it was it was the most sequel-y. I think people have said that before, but it's like it feels the most sequel-y of all the Marvel movies. Like, you know, it's Ant-Man but more and a little funnier, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I like Ant-Man's character, and I don't have time to talk about it, but I really like how they handled his Scott Lang's character. Like, it was a somewhat subversion of the divorce arc. I mean, I'm getting I don't know about other people, but I'm getting like real tired of divorce stories in movies now. It's like that's the only conflict people can have for married couple, like, well, quote unquote couples and parents. It's like, I mean, it was interesting when it was starting out because you never saw that stuff, but now it's like you see it everywhere. And it's like, guys, enough. But Ant-Man gets the point because it ended kind of differently, where they actually all just learned to like each other and exist as a family, and that was nice. The other guy, the cop, wasn't a complete douche. Yeah, so I liked the first Ant-Man, and I thought they did a really good job with his powers. Like, they got a lot of interesting stuff out of. Oh shoot, the video's over, isn't it? Okay, I gotta wrap this up. Ant-Man's good. Scarlet Witch is a cutie. She's the #1 Marvel cutie, and no one can tell me. Like, Black Widow's cool and all. She's hot, but it's like Scarlet Witch is where it's at for me. I didn't really get to talk about the colors. I paid more attention to the actual colors this time. I even tried to, with Vision and Quicksilver. I used some screen tones to try and get the textures in. I didn't talk about the first Guardian. Okay, real quick, the first Guardians movie. I thought it was a good movie. I thought, I don't think it was somewhat not so much overhyped, but I didn't think it was as good as other people said. I actually thought Ant-Man was funnier, and my major problem with that movie is that its pacing just moves too fast. You know, you get a good amount of stuff with Star-Lord and Gamora, but not so much the other characters. To me, the sequel is like way better, honestly. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but I think Guardians 2 is way better than Guardians 1. Actually, you know what's funny is that I had it had the same problem with Spider-Verse. I thought it was doing a lot of world building and it moved way too fast, and I'm wondering if it would have worked if it just focused on one or two characters, which I guess Guardians kind of did, but whatever. Yeah, I guess if you want my quick rankings of all the movies, well, Dark World is at the bottom. I never really saw it. Then Iron Man 3. Then Age of Ultron, though I don't think it's as bad as everyone says. Ultron was a decent enough villain. I don't know. I think people are too harsh on it. Then Guardians 1. Then Ant-Man, and of course the top is Winter Soldier, because you had to be crazy not to put Winter Soldier on the top. Like, who are you trying to kid here? Of course you loved it. Had to be like a douche. Okay, I'm like getting real. Wow. Okay. I gotta pace myself a lot better with these videos. The next after this is the TV shows, which that one's gonna be even longer. Like, you think this video is long with too many characters? Like, holy shit, there's so many TV characters I gotta put in. And then finally phase 3, which doesn't have as many characters as this one, but I do finally get to draw Spider-Man, so that's why it's gonna be the best video. Yeah, I guess if you can, in the comments, you can tell me which was your favorite movie, which is your favorite character, other stuff. So yeah, I figured I had to do annotation, so hopefully I'll put the last the MCU will be there. I don't know. I'm still confused with how it works, but whatever. Some video will be up. Hopefully a Marvel video. I'll link the playlist to all the Marvel videos so far, so you can see them. I should probably do an MCU playlist too, but whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to make too many playlists. Sometimes I get like really crazy about playlists and stuff, or like series. Like, I gotta have like everything's gotta be organized and have like this many stuff, and it's like that's unnecessary. Yeah. Okay. I guess bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.